What's up guys, Meg back on the video, and today is another discussion video. I haven't made one of these in a while, so I thought I'd make one on something that I think is really interesting, and something that I think the community will be really interested in as well, and that is the possible Halo universe sets related to Halo 2. Halo 2 has probably the best story in all the Halo games, so I thought these were some iconic parts of the story, as well as just iconic parts of Halo 2 overall. And number one is a Heretics battle pack. This would come with a elite heretic and a grunt heretic, which you'll see in the next slide. And they're both really unique designs. Luckily, I think that this is one that I would say is possible. I mean, I know they don't have a grunt heretic yet, but they do have an elite heretic, which will be shown in the next slide. They're just a really unique color. They're gold. They're also kind of their own faction in Halo 2. I mean, they really are their own faction. Um, so I just thought that they had such a unique role in the story, and there's something that we don't really see often. So it would be cool to see them and make dioramas from them. Also, this battle pack would just be like maybe two elites and two grunts. Although it would be cool also if it had a a vehicle that's sort of the heretic design. But for this set I'm thinking more of a battle pack. Next is a Metropolis set. And Metropolis is one of the coolest missions in Halo 2, in my opinion. It's one where you're kind of around this city, and it's an unfamiliar place for Halo, even though I'm sure a lot of the Covenant War took place in cities. And there's actually a very specific part of the city that I'd like it to be. It's this little building. It's pretty much the beginning of this mission, and it would be really cool because we could have this little building along with the turret, and I didn't include this when I was, spitballing the ideas and editing this video. Hunters would be cool because this is the first time you see them in Halo 2, and also it's like a very hard moment in the game. It's intimidating to see the hunters. But I thought what would be more iconic for Halo 2 in this set, in that Metropolis, is the hardest part of the mission, and having Jackal snipers. They just added the sniper mold, so they're perfectly set for doing this, and they're also perfectly set for doing the second part of the figures in this set, which I think should be the Halo 2 Marines, of course. But this time I'd like them in a few different skin tones. Right now we only have the white one with a goatee, so it just kind of makes battles look a little bit samey if you have all the same type of figure. That's what I love so much about the Infinite Marines, is that there's so many different like races and genders and things like that. So that'd be cool to spice up dioramas. Next is the Gravemind. I kind of went back and forth on this, whether I thought that it should be buildable or whether it should be like just like a figure type thing, I guess. And I think buildable might just be a little bit better. Maybe have some really cool joint building where you can move it around and have it in different poses. I think that this would be hard to get right, and if they don't get it right, it's not worth having, in my opinion. But if they do get it right, it will be amazing, especially if they included some more Flood figures. Because if we just look at this concept art, I mean, the Flood or the Gravemind is just an amazing character in all of the Halo games. He's so intimidating, he's so interesting, and it would be amazing to have him as a figure. You can have him as a centerpiece for an entire diorama, and I think that people would love it. So hopefully them, and I didn't even put figures, but Flood. Next is something that I think I've actually mentioned several times before, and that is a Prophet's Throne Room. And this would be I mean, it is what it says, it's a throne room. Hopefully, it would be sort of based off the Halo 2 model, where it's a circular room and three Prophets chairs are in it. It would be cool to have all the Prophets. They've been doing sets with like full teams. I mean, they have the full Noble team, and there's rumors of the full Red team being in a set. But I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do the Prophets. Plus, everyone would love getting another chair. I know I would. I would buy this set just to have a bunch of chairs, right? The figure that I think would be best for it would be Honor Guards, but I would also be happy with the Elite Counselors. I think that they'd probably go for Honor Guards though, since that's a mold they already have, and people are really itching for the red Honor Guard. Even though that white one just came out, the red one is just kind of more of the standard one. Next is the room where they're going to fire the Halo ring. It might be the control room, I forget, but the mission is called the Great Journey. and this is the last mission in Halo 2. Basically, you have to fight Tartarus, and I don't almost spoil too much, but you have to fight Tartarus. That's all I'll give you. But you're in this spinning control room. It's very cool. Uh, Maybe they just have like a little bridge, and then of course they include Tartarus and the Arbiter. And it would also be cool if they included some elites, maybe elite counselors. I know they pretty much get murked by Tartarus a lot in that level, but it'd be cool to have them if they decide to start making that mold anyway. But this thing that I think will be included will be these brute captains, and they pretty much are like the ones we already have, but they just have this little red flag, and I think that that would be such an easy addition. I'm sure that Mega already has this part, and they already have this figure they've already included in the blind bag, so maybe add like a tiny variation just so it's not the exact same figure. And then Tartarus, I mean, they can add this one, but also it would be kind of nice if we got a bigger Tartarus, because I mean, he's a pretty huge brute, even compared to other brutes. So, yeah, but then again, that's a me thinking the brutes are too small thing rather than anything else. So Tartarus would be amazing to get, even if it's the same mold. Next is the Seraph, and the Seraph is a set that I love. I think it's one of the most weird like sets that no one really thinks about that much, but I think it's cool. It's a big ship. It's a Covenant spaceship, and we don't have well, I guess we do have a lot of Covenant ships. I take that back. It would be cool. The figures that it came with originally were cool, but I'd also love this pilot. I mean, it's kind of surprising we haven't got the elite pilot mold yet, but there's a ton that we honestly need, and there are ones that I'd actually rather have before this. But as far as piloting a space vehicle, an elite pilot would be amazing. This yellow and blue I chose just because it's okay, but I'd honestly rather have another color, maybe like a black and blue or something. This is the old Seraph. They actually made a Mega Block set designed off this, but it just doesn't look as good as the one they actually made. So I was happy with the other one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It was really fun to get back into making these videos again. I finally got settled